Hey guys, welcome back. It is day 6. We're going to be doing shoulders and triceps today, finishing off with some forearms, some accessory work. Maybe a little bit shorter of a day. We'll see. We're going to start off with the behind the neck, in front of the head, shoulder press. Bradfords, they're called. I'm going to do a feeler set, maybe 5 sets or five reps. On an extra long walk today, about 6 kilometers. It's 34 degrees outside. With the humidity, it's even more. It's absolutely gross, but felt really good on the calves. They're finally starting to not hurt again. So after my rest day tomorrow, when we get back to it, I'll finally be able to cycle my calves back into rotation. Looking forward to it. Get out of here. Streaming a little late today. Oh. Cats want their food, but they're gonna have to wait. Okay, blood's pumping. Let's go into a working set. Gotcha. But not before I show you this one. You would not believe the hair that thing sheds. My lord. Between my hair, that hair, and the other one's hair, I'm vacuuming twice a day. Okay. Going to our first working set here. It's 11 on the first set. Let the pump work its way in. I always like to stretch and keep moving while the pump works its way in. Keep the ligaments nice and warm. Get out of here. Go into our second working set. Eight. 9 on that one. For one more set of those, and I'll be doing some upright rows. Just another form of lateral raise, just hit the shoulders from different angles. I've always been a fan of hitting muscles from as many different angles as I possibly can. Never really had much luck with staying with one movement for a very long time. My joints just end up tired. in between sets, I'm just kind of working in some pull aparts for the rear delts. Not really counting the reps on those, just going until you feel the burn. You can't really control exactly where you hold the band when you're pulling it apart, so counting reps would be somewhat counterintuitive, because next week there's no way I'm going to be grabbing the band in the exact same spot. Welcome to the stream. If you're new, drop a follow. FlemFit10 at Nutritology.com. 10% off all your supplement needs. Made in Canada. Got really affordable creatine, and they've got single serving creatine as well that came out recently. Okay, let's go into our last working set of Bradfords. On that one. Man, do those ever burn. The tension is extremely constant in that movement. One reason I really like the RP hypertrophy app is after every working set or group of working sets for a particular exercise, it asks you how your joints felt, how the pump was, and what the set load was like. And it'll adjust your volume for the next week automatically based off those three things. And muscle soreness after your first set. Takes the guesswork out of progressive overload. Whew. Definitely getting a good pump in my shoulders. We're going to move on to upright rows. Usually do this with a lot more weight, so it's going to be interesting. It's going to probably be a pretty high rep exercise eventually. I don't know if other people do this when they do upright rows, but when I get to the top, I also throw in a little bit of external rotation just to really activate those rear delts during the movement. When you're coming up like this, you're already activating them, but it almost turns it into a Z twist. Let's do a feeler set. I'll show you what I mean. So most people, when they do upright rows, pull it up to here, and that's about it. Which is great lateral raise, but I like to take it just a little bit of a step forward. It's usually recommended to start fairly light with this because you are putting tension on the rotation. Bring it up, and then I externally rotate just a little bit at the top. Hold the bar in front of my face. Okay. It's good for a feeler set. All they want is food. Can't blame them. All I want is food as well. But they're both extremely overweight and they do it. Not extremely overweight, they're chonky. Welcome to this stream. Thanks for joining. Gonna be doing some upright rows first working set. It's a little bit of external rotation at the top just to really activate those rear delts. There's 20 reps. Let the elbows lead the movement. Once the elbows can't go anymore, sternly rotate in front of your face and back down. You get a pause out of it, and you get a rear delt activation with your external rotation. You're doing this with decent weight, like 80 pounds, 90 pounds, get a really good bicep pump too. At the end of this video, I'm going to be going over my set numbers per body part throughout the week, so you guys have a little bit of a better idea of what my focus is on right now. I'm not trying to build and not really build any muscle in my legs. It's very hard to do without loading. So I'm just taking them to the utmost in terms of their stretching capabilities and working on my tendon strength, because I was sitting for so long, the endurance and the tendon strength just isn't there. So when I do go back to the gym and start loading the plates up, I want my foundation to be strong. I don't want to be fresh off the couch. Pretty good pump. Really surprising how fast shoulders heal. They're sore for like half a day. That's it. So I'm just gonna absolutely spam the shit out of them for this 45 days and see if I can actually gain some shoulder size. The pump's right, the load's right, the stability factor is right. So there's one thing I can build at home that's definitely going to be shoulders, and we'll see about back because it's body weight loaded. I'm not doing any more or any less pull-ups than I've ever done before. I've only ever gotten to like 16 or 17, like max, when I'm completely full of carbs, but on the lighter side. Right now I'm like 175 pounds, which is really light for me. During my bulk, when I was at the gym before I took like 4 to 6 months off, I was 195, 196, but I also had a decent gut. No, I wouldn't say a decent gut. I could still see abs. I just had that little pudgy roll on the bottom and some good love handles. Hopefully, if I start working again, I can get one of those fancy gimbal things. They're like $60, and then I can place the camera more in a central location, and it'll follow me around. Received like 2 or 3 inquiries about coaching and stuff like that, but I'm not really at that point yet. Give it a couple more months after I'm done focusing on what I need to focus on here. Then if the inquiries keep coming, maybe I'll start something up like that. Still send me DMs. I want to see what the interest level is like. Okay, let's go into our second working set. Really want to let your elbows lead the movement. Because if you start letting your shrugging your shoulders to make movement happen, then you're using too much traps, and you really want this to be a shoulder exercise. One more. Controlling the eccentric of that external rotation is extremely important. That's why you should really choose a weight that you can, because if you start to come down when you're externally rotated, if you come down too far, you could definitely impinge something in your shoulder. So you need to control that external rotation before you start sinking your elbows. So upright rows get such a bad rap for hurting shoulders, but you just got to do it in control. I have to figure something out with the internet connection. It's a little bit slow in this back corner. I don't know if it's the Facebook Live camera that reduces the resolution to 360p, or if it's the connection that does that. But hoping that if I can get 1,000 followers on Instagram, then I can use their live streaming service, because they have a 4K option. Then you'd actually be able to see the striations and stuff that I can see. Whether that matters or not, I don't know, but I feel like better quality video would make for a more entertaining thing to watch, at least. I think I'm gonna do some pullovers today as well. My lats are feeling really good. There's very little pain in there, but I feel like I can still do a couple working sets. Just trying to keep the rear delts pumped. Before this year, I never did anything with rear delts at all. I never even did lateral raises. The only thing I've ever used to work my shoulders my entire life has been pressing, and I did upright rows sometimes, but it was never ever consistent. Just the way that my sternum angle works when I press, like bench press or dumbbell press or anything like that, my front delts really take a lot of the load. So they've always really been, ever since I was a kid. I got pictures of me when I was like 12 years old, and the front delts are way bigger than my chest or my arms. That and being a mechanic for 12 years and all you're doing is holding tools at the ends of your arms, doing this all day long gives you good forearms and good shoulder meat. Move on to our last working set, upright rows. A little bit of external rotation when we get to the top. Last one. 15. And move on to some tricep extensions with the bands. Probably going to have to do this exercise on my knees so I can get a good range of motion. We're definitely going to be going up a band size eventually. I'm going to do a feeler set, maybe 6 reps, 7 reps, we'll see. And go up to the purple band next. Always got to let the pump work its way in. Okay, let's do our first working set. Eight. 9. 10. 11. Whew, 11. Whew. Pump's definitely there. After this working set, we're going to be finishing off today with some hanging knee raises or toes to bar, or however you want to call it. Some ab work. Last working set. We go for 8, I think. Quick rest between arms. Ooh, yeah. Save a little bit of ab work for last. Ooh. Ooh, we got one more set. That'll be it for today, and I'll be going over my set numbers for the week. Ooh. Ooh, starting to get hungry. Okay, that's it for today. I'm going to go over my set numbers now for the 6 days. So we did 3 sets of chest, 12 sets of back. We got 4 sets of triceps, 9 sets of biceps, 15 sets of shoulders, 2 sets of quads, glutes, and hamstrings. Got 3 sets of calves, 4 sets of traps, 6 sets of forearms, and 4 sets of abs. So the main focus for these 45 days is going to be mostly shoulders and back. And then when I get back to the gym, or if I decide to extend this, then I'm going to switch to probably chest and biceps for the main focus. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to use code FLEMFIT10, full, all capitals, Nutritology.com, 10% off site-wide. Thanks for watching. I'll see you not tomorrow, but the day after. I'm going to take a break tomorrow. I'm still going to go on my 3-kilometer walk for your cardio, but that's it for the challenge for now.